Today on the channel, we celebrate the 80th anniversary of Mattel with a very special 2-pack, Target exclusive, Skeletor and He-Man.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got something extra special as we're celebrating the 80th anniversary of Mattel Toys. Top and farther from the couch, cue the balloons. No balloons? What are we doing here? Todd forgot the balloons. Todd, strike one. But today we're celebrating the 80th anniversary of Mattel with the Masters of the Universe classic throwback style Skeletor and He-Man. But for all your He-Man Skeletor needs, I guess Target. It's a Target exclusive. But for everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code KYLE. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. You guys know how it goes by now. And deal we got on this one, maybe. Depends who you are. A lot of people paying over $100 on eBay of this one about a month ago or so. Now they seem pretty easy to get at all of my local Targets, maybe yours as well. Now, this was canceled for pre-orders for myself and many others. So a lot of people were like, uh-oh. So they started paying exorbitant prices on eBay. Well, now the resets are fully in swing. Most of my Targets have 3 to 5 of these sitting on the shelves right now around $50. I would not be shocked for these to go clearance in the future. So maybe long gamers, you might be able to pay off on this one. And I know there's some collectors like, I don't need this style. It's just a one and done pack to celebrate the 80th anniversary. This isn't going to go with my Origins or any of that other kind of style. So it's a little bit of a strange release, especially at a high price point and a big deluxe box set for Target, but it is what it is. And I wouldn't be shocked to see this at other retailers possibly in the future. We'll see what happens. But we know the future of this review, we're going to do it like all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Without further ado, there's old Skeletor and He-Man taking it to the streets right there. A battle as old as time. Look at those guys squaring off, fighting it over. You got 80th anniversary of Mattel. 80 years of Mattel. How about that? I'll never forget when Mattel had their second party. Oh, it was quite the time. It was quite the shindig. There was shrimp cocktail for everybody. Oh, it was like sea of shrimp cocktail. I was here for it. A little bit of wraparound packaging, a little bit of wraparound here. And then on the back, we do get a little blurb, a little cross-sell and stuff. What's it say on the side? To celebrate 8 decades of play with Mattel, the world's most beloved toy company, Todd, you reading this? Is reimagining new wave nostalgia for fans of any age and era. Be kind and rewind with this collection in honor of such momentous milestone, available exclusively at Target. So probably not going to be anywhere else outside of maybe Ross and things like that. Maybe, possibly. On the back, evil Skeletor ruthlessly schemes to take control of Castle Grayskull, but He-Man guards the safety of all Eternia, ... his faithful allies at his side. And it looks like they're ganging up on poor Skeletor. If there was no blurb here, you'd be like, oh, there's this poor skeleton creature, and there's 3 people that just teamed up and bullying him in the background of Eternia. It could be spun a different way, I'm sure. Masters Universe 5.5-inch action figures with throwback designs and 6 points of articulation. Twist the waist, he swings back with a punch. Combines sword halves to form the power sword. That's true old school style. Includes vintage style squishy head. We've all been wanting the squishy heads, and we got our lucks right here. We got some squishy heads coming our way. But now how do I open this without just totally destroying the packaging on this one? Looks like there's a little on the side. Probably over here as well. Got the old fancy blade out. Maybe that'll help us figure this out. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. How's this band come off? Does this band come off? What are we doing here? You got to be smarter than the packaging design, and that's where I fail sometimes. We do get this little slip over the top, the old see you later, heave-ho, goodbye. And now we get this, and what do we got going on here? Oh, look at, locked in on the bottom, too. Oh, you can't escape the tape. We know how that goes. Can I get it? Come on. Might be time for a new razor blade, too. All right, now we're opening it up here. So we got Skeletor, we got He-Man. Not a bad piece of business here. A lot of show. Look at that. We get the cards back in there looking pretty nice. Like the looks of this. This presents very well, I will say. He-Man, Skeletor. It says removable. Removable right there. See you later. Goodbye. And then we get the cards. Ooh, slipcase carding. I'm here for that as well. We get that very, very fancy back packaging here. Looking good. Love it. Love it. Reminds me of the olden times, the olden days. See you later. Goodbye off to the side. And we got old Skeletor. Evil Lord of Destruction, as he's known in some circles. He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, as he's known in even more circles. And then on the back of the packaging, you got just the regular stuff going on. So I'm going to take this offline, get both these out of the package. There's nothing to read on the back. We'll be back talking all things He-Man and Skeletor. All right, we got He-Man and Skeletor out of the package, part of this 80th anniversary celebration of Mattel. And first thing I noticed out of both of these figures was the classic style reproduction comic books. Very cool. They went with a reproduction of the old school ones from my childhood. You guys know I'm a longtime He-Man guy. I'll never forget as a little kid, one of my earliest memories going to a Sears store with my parents and getting to square off with He-Man and Skeletor once upon a time. I was a little bit scared by that Skeletor, it looks like in the pictures, but quite the time getting to meet your hero, He-Man, in person. So I go way back with He-Man, and He-Man was the first action figures I remember collecting as a very small child. After that, I went into the wrestling, and of course, G.I. Joe, which stole my heart and never let go to this day, as did He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So to get these comic books, it's very nostalgic because I had these in my collection for a long time. I would look through them. You can imagine, like any little boy in the 80s would do, of course. But we do get two of the books here. 80th Mattel, The Vengeance of Skeletor. You got He-Man squaring off with some kind of crazy squid eel type monster octopus thing. And you got some of his friends in here. Very cool, rudimentary artwork as far as He-Man goes in this day and age. But man, talk about captivating. The original kind of stories of He-Man once upon a time. Then the second one here, we got Battle in the Clouds. I remember this one a lot. This is a very iconic cover to me. Remember that merman getting knocked off of there. Old merman up to no good. Stratos in here. Quite the story. I'm going to have to relive these stories. It's been a long time since I've read them, but very cool, very nostalgic to get it as part of this pack here. But now we're diving into He-Man. We're going to dive into Skeletor. I guess we'll start He-Man first. Let's go to the forces of good. Always start with the positive. That's a good life lessons for everybody. It's easy to complain. It's easy to nag. But how about you start with the positives in your life? The positives in a review. Then go negative after that. It means more when you do that. Pro tip out there, you get half the power sword here. Just old school style. I'll never forget as a little kid having to put those swords together. But you do get the half of the sword. And I believe the original origin style He-Man also came with a similar sword. So we do get that. You get his trusty axe, which I liked almost as much as the sword in my playing days. Love a good axe right here, looking very nice. All in gray color here. And then you get his very iconic shield. Never forget that. The orange and silver, just once again, very, very nostalgic. You do get his shield here. He's got to protect himself. We know how it goes. And now we're diving into He-Man, and he's got a squishy head. Everybody wanting that squishy head one. Very famed back in the day, of course, original squishy head, then moving to the harder plastic heads. I don't really remember what I had as a kid. I don't remember it being overly squishy, but I don't remember it being hard either. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's a joke in there somewhere, Todd McFarlane. There's a joke somewhere. But we got He-Man here. Classic He-Man, classic haircut, classic caterpillar eyebrows, 2 eyes, a mouth, and a nose. Beautiful, beautiful dental work on He-Man, but a classic He-Man head nonetheless. You get that classic He-Man body style. Once again, just really set the framework for a lot of things, and just a beautiful, beautiful rendition of this here in this re-release, reimagine, whatever you want to call it. 80 years special, 40 plus years since He-Man started. Very cool to see this here. Like the looks of the body, ripped up like any barbarian, any person of, Masters of the Universe ilk should be. Looking very nice there. He's got the hitchhiker hand. You got to have that. And then you got the splayed out open hand on the other side. Got the arm bracers there in the orange color. Got the orange Eternia Championship belt. He's defended it so many times. He's like a young Lou Thez, a young Bruno Sammartino, just defending it for decades is what's going on. You got that fur loincloth, Eternia's finest, as we know. Same thing with the boots. We've seen these many a times as well. Not as much articulation on the throwback styles, though. You do get the arms all the way around for us. You get the head back and forth. You get the waist. More on that in a second. Back and forth. Legs go up a little bit right there, and that is it as far as articulation goes. He does have a hole in his foot, so he can stand, hopefully, on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at ringside collectibles. You guys know the drill by now. And what do you know? He fits right on in there. Now, I talked about that waist. He's got the action feature. Bam, right there. He's ready to throw some haymakers. He's ready to do some punches and bunches. He's ready to go. Or he might even be able to really backfist you. Give you a slap, a pimp slap or something. Who knows? He does got his vest over the top here. An interesting look, that vest over the top. But he does got that very iconic. Once again, you got the Iron Cross in there. Some people not a big fan of that Iron Cross. Now, Lemmy from Motorhead was. He-Man was. But some organizations along over the years maybe use that, where some people do think down on it. Is what it is, though. Looks like He-Man to me. Looks like ready to go into battle against Skeletor. And Skeletor comes with 2 accessories as well. No shield for him, but we got the Havoc staff right here, ready to go. Full-on death metal with this one. You get the ram's head at the top, all in purple. Same thing with the power sword. You get the other half of the power sword. You put them together, and oh boy, you're going to have a party if you can connect both instances of the sword. Obviously, I prefer the full sword, but not a bad piece of business. Very nostalgic back in the day. Now diving into Skeletor here. Once again, got the squishy head going on. It's all about those squishy heads. He's got his vest, got a little shoulder extra guard there, got that jewel in the middle. Got that blue skin akin to a Smurf, and blue skin was all the rage in the 80s, let me tell you. Looking good here. He does got the hitchhiker hand, and then he's got the open hand as well. Very menacing hands on Skeletor. He does got the little skirt going over the top. You got to protect your junk. And he's also got the Eternia loincloth going on, this time in black. Down to the boots here, you got those 3-pronged toes. Looking interesting. Those purple shin guards looking great. Arms all the way around, an old Skeletor as well. Head back and forth, side to side. You got that waist once again, and bam, he's ready to throw some haymakers just like He-Man. Leg goes up a little bit, back and forth, side to side. No toe articulation, boot cuts, anything like that at this point in time here. Now he does got that classic Skeletor head there with the yellow and the red and the green and the purple kind of all blending together to make an iconic Skeletor face. We've seen a lot of faces of Skeletor over many and many years. For a lot of people, this is what they imagine their Skeletor looking like. And I wouldn't fault anybody for that. Wouldn't fault anybody for that. Always iconic, especially the little like lines. It almost looks like they sewed his mouth shut. Always like that a whole lot. And the deep setted eyes there against that yellow. Always looking good. A classic Skeletor, which isn't a bad day at the office either. And he fits on a ringside Mattel stand. Use code Kyle, save 10%, just like He-Man did. So cool to get these two. Now, we've had this style of figure re-released many a times from Mattel over the years. So this isn't the first time since the 80s we've got something like this. But you put a new fancy package, a little bit cleaner paint jobs, some of the newer bells and whistles, and you get something like this. Would not be shocked for a 100th anniversary in 20 years for them to do this all over again. It's cool, it's nostalgic, but it's not going to be for everybody. And I can see a lot of people buying this to keep it in the box. It does present very well. But for me, I had to open this one, but it's not going to set your world on fire. I don't envision this being a top 10 Masters of the Universe countdown list possibility for me. It's just not. It's a cool, nostalgic piece of the past. Just don't know where I'm going to put this. Am I going to put this on my Masters of the Universe table? Probably not. I got all the origin style stuff going on there. This doesn't really fit with that. This one to me almost feels like a desk work display piece. Like Skeletor, He-Man, the yin and yang. Feels like maybe that's where they need to go. I don't know. You guys tell me. You going to mix it in with your origin style figures, or your Filmation style figures? What's your plans for this? You planning on picking it up? You planning on passing on this? Let me know. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this one. The $50 price point probably turned some people away as well. These were probably under $10 combined back in the day, but inflation, you know how it goes. But I'd be interested in your thoughts on this, and I can see some people playing that long waiting game. Obviously, the holidays are coming up. This goes for everything at Target. They always have those deals. Spend $100, get $20 back. There's going to be a lot of that. I can see people taking advantage of that, or the after Christmas clearance. This could be a possibility item. But long-winded, you know what I'm getting at. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it brings. And you know there's so much content. 2 YouTube channels to subscribe to. Check them both out. Give them both a thumbs up on the videos. Always helps support the channel. Check out Patreon YouTube channel memberships for even more content if that is your thing. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which conveniently enough is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with videocast on YouTube. So for He-Man, Skeletor, 80th anniversary of Mattel, and the Masters of the Universe, I'm Kyle, See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?